Welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Blind. Hanging out next to this campfire, facing away from it, because reasons. There are a few things that I want to do first today. Step 1, I need to abandon a quest and get this one so we can get all these pages sorted. So we're going to do, I think we're going to, any of these go to a different location. Check on the cave. That's the crystal, that's here. This should be here. So, where was he? He didn't cave on the second cave, so these all seem to be in this area. So we're just going to abandon this one. We can pick it back up in Booty Bay. Barnel Stonepot. The Green Hills of Stranglethorn. Master Nessimwary will be so upset if he finds out. Trust me, proofreading the manuscript of his novel, Green Hills of Stranglethorn, is going well, but then a large gust of wind blew the camp and scattered the pages everywhere. They'll gather most of the pages, but many are still strewn about the jungle. Pages and complete each of the 4 chapters. Anachronist them. Return the chapters to me once you have all 4.
Safe travels.
Okay. So. This is down here. So all 4 chapters are complete. Return them to Barnel. Return the chapters to me once you have all 4.
You got my attention.
Is this 4? Chapter 1 was quite riveting. Master Nessimwary set the backdrop for the story and makes mention of his hunting companions, including me. But that's besides the point. Let me see which pages are still missing. It seems I need pages 1, 4, 6, and 8. So out there somewhere in the jungle. Oh boy. Let's write this down. This is gonna be many numbers. Just for I've got only some of these pages, so. One, 4, 6, 8. Chapter 2 was chock full of exciting tales of panther and tiger hunting. Just kicked myself for letting the pages blow away. I was able to recover all the pages with the exceptions of pages 10, 11, 14, and 16. Chapter 3 is my favorite. It tells of Sir Earl Gadden and Lady Roax's first kill with a dwarven rifle, and the end of Chapter 3. Why such a cliffhanger? It seems as though we still need to find pages 18, 20, 21, and 24. Chapter 4, the big finale. Well, an ending it was. We're only missing 3 pages for this chapter. We need pages 25, 26, and 27. Okay.
Watch your back.
So we have page 11 and a duplicate. We got page 10, 26, 1, 14, 6. So we could almost turn in the second chapter. Okay. And that, yes, I think that would take another log slot to be able to do that. So that's really awkward. Oh boy. I mean, I suppose we could try purchasing these. Because the next thing we're doing is heading to the auction house to sell off some of these items up here, bank some other items in Ironforge, and then we can come right on back. Okay. Let us check to see what all Green Hills pages there are in here. Browse for Green Hills. 8, 24, 10, 21, 25, 4, 14, 8, 12. There's page 4. I think there's still a good chance we could get more of these pages as we progress. Yeah, they're a little bit expensive. They're all being, a lot of them are being sold by one guy for a whole bunch. It's 24, 10, 8. Could get these ones for cheap. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Compared to the prices for these ones, my goodness. Sort by name, please. Oh, there's 4 pages of pages. $978. Seems legit. So yeah, page 1. Page 1 for days, apparently. 10, 11, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 24, 25, 26, 27, 4, 6, and 8. Yeah, there's all the different pages in here. So we could just... Let's check something first. I think we have some stuff in the auction, in our mailbox still. So let's go grab some of that. Ah yes, this is where we managed to sell the Moonsteel broadswords like 10 days ago. So, cashing in all this makes me not feel even slightly concerned about purchasing all these pages right now. We can just go get these all sorted away. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So we need to find the cheapest option. That's gonna be the over here on all the pages that we don't have. So we need a page 8. This one looks good. Gotta make sure we're gonna have it. We're gonna have enough inventory space for this. It'll be fine. Page 8. Page 4. We already have page 6. Page 27. Should be circling these. 4, 8, 27. Okay. Page 26 we already have. Page 25. We have a 19 here. Oh, these are better. We will take this one for page 25. Page 24. Looks good. Page 21. Page 20, there's not as many options, but still, it's really weird, the price discrepancy here. I guess that the guy that's selling them for way over is just hoping that someone like me comes along and cleans out all the cheaper stock and somebody else is more desperate comes along after. It's a theory, I guess. Page 16. That should be a lot of them. Now, we can sell one page 11. So I'd like to appraise. I'd like to sell one. See, don't know about these prices here. They're selling for like 7. How much is the I don't know. Just sell it for. We could just sell it to the shop for $3.75. So. Enables the use of matchers undercut when calculating prices. That just makes it. It's the bid and the buy. There's options here. How much is the auction going to be on this? The deposit is 2. It cost. I could just sell it for $3.75. That's not really worth it. Not really worth bothering with. What we can do is throw in things that are actually worth selling. Not seeing current scan. We need to refresh things. Okay, that just refreshed that one. Okay. So this is about the buys. Yeah, that's a decent price. I guess what I need to do is just none of these. If this is what your option is. Scene 3 at that price, so well, I'll go for it. And this is cloth. Oh, these are soulbound? Okay, never mind. Those come soulbound? Oh, that's... So how would you get them not soulbound? Interesting. No matter. That's for quest. Oh boy. Market price not available. No one has a market price for that. Okay. One gold 8. That doesn't seem quite right. Oh, it goes down further. There's a lot of them in there. We will post those. Somebody's selling this. Buy. I don't know if trying to sell this for so much more is really going to be of very much benefit to me. I don't know about that one. Basilisk spines. That cannot match the lowest price. I only kind of know what I'm doing here. Bid, current bid, there's the buyout price, there we go. Is that what we're doing? That seems higher than like all of them. Washington Hills. One loss of 3 stars. Bid for 3 times, buy out for 3 times. I don't get this price matching thing. This is why I turn it on and makes the price higher for some reason. I don't even know anymore. Whatever. Now we need to figure out something to do with this ring. Armor. Miscellaneous. Goes on the finger. Ring. It's blue and it's got 10 strength. But that's not a ring. Armor. Okay, here we got some rings. These are all the rings in the auction house, apparently. So we got 10 agility. Sorted by level. Level 31 with 10 agility. So it's gonna be more. Well, see, that's level 20 though. It's still better than if it's still. Oh, we're going backwards. Level 31 ring. Here's a ring. Got strength and stamina. Nope. That is feet. Okay, what container is rings under? Cloth, finger, leather, finger, mail, finger, plate on finger. Idols. Totems. Miscellaneous. Okay, here's some rings. They go on the rings. They're in the miscellaneous category for some reason. Miscellaneous weapons? No. Armor. Miscellaneous. On the finger. There we go. Sorted by level. Yeah, sorry, sorted by level. We got a 10 agility ring. Let's find something with 10 agility-ish. Shadow resistance, fire resistance, fire resistance. Stamina and spirit. A lot of resistances. Agility and spirit. Agility and stamina. Dodge percent. Frost resistance. See, this ring of precision. It's got agility and spirit. Mine has agility, strength, and stamina. This one's 65 gold for some reason. There's not a lot of rings to compare it to. Like this one right here has agility and stamina. Mine has agility and less stamina plus some strength. Of all the rings, that's the most comparable. I highly doubt I'm gonna get like 30 gold for this. I don't know. I mean, the only other blue or better items in here are 20, 30, 65, and 80. It's a decent ring, I'd say. So, I'm going to put this in the auction. Starting price, 10 gold, I don't know. Buyout price, 25. Is that good? It's level 31, and apparently that's not ideal, but 24 hours. Sure. Let's go for it. These are all of our auctions going now. We'll see what, if any, of this sells. As much as the whole add-on that sells the stuff for you is nice, it's also a little bit... I'm not really sure how good it's going to be for actually selling things. Because a lot of the times it looked like it was putting it in for a lot more than other people were selling it for, so...
I have the finest wires in the land.
I guess we'll see how things go. Yeah, that's not what I want. Really wish these weren't soulbound. That'd be great. 13 silver it is, I guess. Okay.
See you soon.
See if we can slam any of this rocks into my bank. Then we can head back to Booty Bay.
You got my attention.
As much... That's fine.
Be good.
Next time we come back, we are having to deal with all that ore, but that time is not right now. Actually, we've got money. We got a lot of money. I'm going to grab myself the next bag slot in the bank. I think it's going to be worth it. We can go grab ourselves another 10 slot bag, I guess. Could probably upgrade to 12 slot bags, but for the time being, 10 slots are cheap enough. Not need to worry about it. Now this is a worthwhile investment. And just for curiosity's sake, how are the Moonsteel going these days? About 10. That's a bit on the lower side. So I'm not going to bother making those right now. Containers, bags. Search. 16 slot bags. 14 slot bags. 14 slot bags are 5 gold. 8, 10. 8. 10 slot bag for 3 gold. Or a 14 slot bag for 5 right now. That's way overpriced for a 10 slot bag. Don't think I'd want to pay 26 for bags right now. But if I can only get, if the only 10 slot bag available right now is 3, I could just get the 14 for a much better price. So 5 gold for a buyout? That's fine. That's worth it. Nice little 30 gold transaction to cram another 14 things in my bank. Also, I could upgrade my other slots in the bank and my other slots down here. So we got 10, 10, 10, 10.
What's on your mind?
10, 10, 10.
Off with you. Here there.
Beautiful.
Watch your
Beautiful.
back.
So yeah, we could get ourselves,
Oh,
just by buying more of those at some point, grab another 12 slots in the bank.
very good.
And then another 16 in the inventory. That's pretty good. But next time we come back, we'll probably be level 42. So we can get ourselves the level 42 abilities. See where we're sitting at that point. If we can keep getting good sales on these Moonsteel swords, it's not going to be a problem. Because, yeah, we got more money than we really know what to do with, but I don't know if that's going to continue to be a thing, so I'm not going to throw everything away quite yet. That'd be a little bit foolish.
Great to meet you.
Okay.
Be good.
So that was a very useful adventure. Back to Ironforge. Bank. Upgrade. Sold a bunch of stuff. Got all these pages. It seems like the market price of these aren't amazing, but we can try selling them. So we're going to start off by heading back to the camp there with the hunters. Because if we can get rid of all these inventory spaces, of all these pages, that'd probably be for the best. And with any luck, we might get a copy of the full book. Because previously we've read snippets from these pages, but these are the only some of them. So, we will see. Be right back. Not quite at the camp yet, but I stopped here to find some mithril. And I'm noticing there's a something back there. And it looks like this could be an undiscovered portion of the map. Also possibly this island and right here. So we're going to mosey our way in here. Running nice and fast past all our enemies. The Crystal Vein Mine. That might be one of the places the quest was talking about. Good to know. There's a lot of different places in Stranglethorn. besides that, everything here looks mostly discovered. Could be a little bit more clear exactly where is the mountains and where is actually places, but that's fine. We found a place. Got some experience for it. So it's a win-win in my book. Okay. Oh, it's gonna feel so nice to hand in all these pages. Have a nice empty inventory for the first time in quite a long time. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Should run around in here. Okay. And also, don't need to worry about getting all this ore because we have more bank slots now. So that's also great. Everything's just great. Okay. So it looks like we're going to have to ditch another quest. I mean, we're going to be standing right next to them, so I suppose we could... Because I think we need to accept another quest on top of the Green Hills of Stranglethorn. Yeah, that's like 4 extra quests. This area is really... This hunter's camp is really hard on taking up all your quest slots. I swear. So we're going to abandon the Raptor Mastery so we can actually go through and get all these quests, then we can get that one back. That'll work. That should be fine. Still working under the assumption that you can just get your quests back whenever. And then that might not actually be true in some cases. Hopefully it is, though. Again, we're not really too close to the arena. Still not too concerned about that. I guess this is technically going to be completing 5 quests. Oh, we're stuck on a tent post.
How are ya?
Chapter 1. Could put these in order, but I'm not going to, because we're just about to turn them all in.
See you soon. What
Quest
can
accepted.
I do for ya?
Can I just turn it all in? Nope. He needs to give us all the pieces by finishing the other quest. Wow, that is incredibly awkward. This is your track down pages 1, 4, 6, and 8. Yeah. Last chapter 1 is complete. Complete quest. I feel like this, well, as nice as being able to do the whole turning in some at a time is really an awkward way to do this. I don't know if it would have been better as one quest where you hand in 15 things. But it sure would take a lot less clicking on things. A little bit awkward. That's okay. I'll accept the quest to find chapter 3. Click chapter 3. Continue. You got him. Complete quest. Start chapter 4. A little bit silly. I'll accept chapter 4. I'll go in here, take chapter 4, continue chapter 4, complete chapter 4. There we go. Looks like we can read them all.
Hi.
I don't know if he's going to give me the book, so I'm just going to read the 4 chapters right now. Seems like the best idea. look in here at... It doesn't say he's going to give me the book, so I'm going to read it before we throw this in. Yeah, look, there's going to have some pages that we never would have been able to read before because he had them instead of losing them in the jungle. So this is going to be the story of these guys' expedition before we showed up and like hunted everything in the area. So let's see how their tale compares to our experiences. Chapter 1. Our first day went as well as one can expect first days to go. Most of our time was preoccupied with making the necessary arrangements to establish a base camp. I located an ideal setting by freshwater river inlet. Judging by the old, abandoned docks nearby, this site was inhabited some time ago. As for the original inhabitants, only time can tell that tale. For this expedition, I've assembled Ajak, Rovak, and Sir... Not sure what that letter's going to be. S? I think it's an S. S.J. Erlgaden. That's them. Along with my trusted servant, Barnel Stonepot. I fought alongside Ajak's father side in many battles in defense of the Alliance. Seeing her grown is quite special. Her father schooled her well in the ways of weaponry. Her skills with the bow make me wonder if there is elven blood running through those veins. Sir S.J. Erlgaden comes from human aristocracy. His father, Count Erlgaden, was renowned for his generosity. It was the Count who lobbied for improved working conditions for the Stonemasons Guild during the restoration of Stormwind after the Second Great War. In the years that followed, after Stormwind betrayed the Stonemasons Guild, Sir Erlgaden grew bitter about the role of the nobles within the kingdom. He no longer wished to uphold the position that his father's bloodline had earned for him in the House of Nobles. But I digress. The purpose of this story is not to act as a political treatise or biography. This is the account of my experiences hunting big game in the green hills of Stranglethorn. They said the name. We rose with the sun. Barnel began to prepare the morning meal. I noticed Ajak's attention was somewhat distracted. The day's trek would be long, and our hunt would bring us close to danger. A lack of focus could easily lead to an errant mishap. Yet Ajak seemed unable to divert her gaze from Barnel, who stood by the edge of the river, rinsing out his mess kit. Just as I was about to question Ajak's lack of interest in the day's hunting strategy, she reached for her quiver, drew an arrow, and unleashed a shot right towards poor Barnel. But it was not Barnel that Ajak was shooting at, for when Barnel stepped aside, mouth agape, a large river crocolisk floated to the surface with Ajak's arrow perfectly placed between his two large eyes. We set out towards the west, through the thick overgrowth of the tangled jungle. With slow, deliberate steps, we paced through thick foliage in search of prey. The morning passed in frustrated silence. Nothing was stirring in the vale, not even a breeze. By the afternoon, the expedition had grown restless. Barnel no longer strode with the cautious steps of a predator tracking prey. Rather, he clumsily clomped along the path, often stepping noisily on dried leaves or fallen branches. During one such misstep, Erlgaden laid a heavy hand on Barnel's shoulder. Ajak and I gave a casual glance, assuming the man was simply giving Barnel a much-needed scolding for his carelessness. Erlgaden, however, gestured slowly with his head towards a nearby fallen tree. Gazing back at us were two piercing black eyes just above a mouthful of razor-sharp fangs. It sounded like their first little hunt went very poorly. I'm sure it's going to get worse. The beast was a male Stranglethorn tiger. Before I could cock my rifle, Erlgaden raised his crossbow and fired upon the beast. The bolt missed its mark and caught the beast heavily in the left flank. Tiger made a futile attempt to flee, but its wound was too grave. The beast stumbled for a few tragic seconds until Barnel finished the kill with a thrown axe. They seem to be very range-based. The kill brought about a festive move among the expedition. Barnel poured mead for all to enjoy, but our festivities were short-lived. As we were preparing the corpse for transport back to base camp, we were all caught off guard by a horrendous growl. In all my years, I have never heard anything so blood-curdling. On a rocky precipice above, silhouetted by the setting sun, I can make out the largest cat of prey I had ever laid eyes upon. As though to loose one clumsy volley with my rifle, but the cat held his ground. He growled once again, this time louder than the first, and vanished. We gathered our belongings and headed solemnly back to camp. I promised the expedition that we would spend the next day hunting panthers, as their furs are in high demand throughout Azeroth. It only makes sense that such demand should exist, with all the able-bodied hunters, trappers, and fur traders giving their lives so valiantly in the name of the Alliance. Adric and Sir Ergodan were anxious to learn how to hunt effectively with a dwarven rifle. I had the two humans leave their primitive ranged weapons at base camp. Barnell and I outfitted them with some Iron Forge's finest firearms. On this day, we ventured to the south, following some fresh panther tracks. So we reached a ravine spanned by a tremendous rope bridge. I could not help but to think of Barnes' descriptive writings of this region when I saw the engineering marvel. So often, it was assumed that the native trolls were a primitive and uneducated race, yet as I gazed upon this master craftsmanship of the bridge, I was able to recognize the skill with which the troll builders overcame the seemingly impossible feat. Before long, Edric tracked the panther to the southwest. We walked quietly, guns at the ready, in anticipation of our prey. The snapping of twigs from a nearby copse of trees drew our attention immediately. Something was in there. One stern glance at Barnell was enough to convey my thoughts. Barnell slowly lowered his rifle. This kill was not for us. It was for our human companions. Countless panthers had lost their lives in front of our smoking barrels. This kill would be for the humans. Both Adject and Sir Olgaden stood poised, guns levied at the bristling overgrowth at the base of the swaying trees. The midday sun beat heavily upon us. A slow trickle of perspiration trailed down from Ergoden's temple as he pulled the pin back. With the sound of the click, the thick flora parted, and a large black panther, a beautiful specimen, darted out onto the plain. Well, it's going better so far, but it sounds like the giant panther's heading straight towards them, so let's see how it continues in Chapter 3. The humans trained their sights on the panther as it ran along the edge of the tree line. The rails of their guns moved in perfect parallel tandem. Barnell gave me an urging glance, but I shook my head no. This hunt was for the humans, not Barnell or me. Ergoden fired a booming shot, missing the panther altogether. Apparently he was unprepared for the violent kickback of the rifle blast. His gun tossed back violently in his arms. The barrel, swooped sideways, came up beneath Adric's rifle. Adric had chosen that exact moment to pull her trigger. The rifle, the aim now knocked clumsily towards the tree line, went off with a distinct boom, like a bird's screamed out of the canopy, scattering in every direction. A plume of smoke rose from the tree. Watched in awe as the tremendous branch fell squarely on the fleeing panther, breaking its back. That's one way to do it, I suppose. As the weeks passed, our stockpile of panther and tiger skins grew immense. I thought it was time for the expedition to shift our focus to a new challenge: raptors. The humans, while appreciative of the training Barnell and I offered, decided to refrain from hunting with firearms. Edric was much more comfortable with a finely strung bow, and Sir Ergoton never left camp without his sturdy crossbow. We set out at first light, heading south past the Takashi ruins. Barnell voiced concern that we might encounter members of the Bloodscalp tribe. I reminded Barnell that the Bloodscalps were more concerned with destroying their tribal enemy, the Skullsplitters. Needless to say, Barnell was not comforted in the least. I, however, had a loaded rifle, a satchel full of gunpowder, and 3 deadly hunters with me, to ease any concerns of an unfriendly ambush. I stood before a towering inferno on the battlefield, the army of the Burning Legion advancing from all directions. An unruly band of trolls seemed as harmless as a jackrabbit in the hills of Dunmorrow. We passed the Takashi ruins without event, much to Barnell's relief. The party proceeded to head westward towards the Great Sea, skirting the ruins of Zulkunda just to the south. As we ascended the high sea bluffs, we spied our first raptor. The beast never so much as detected our presence. In fact, the only greeting he received from the expedition was a bullet between the eyes. Sir Ergoden let out a hearty hurrah as Adric nodded towards me with keen approval. I sifted through my pack in search of my pipe. hoping to enjoy a celebratory smoke. Barnell began to scurry up the hillside to retrieve the raptor's corpse. I stared at the fallen beast with the satisfaction that accompanies every big kill. But I could not bask in the glory of the kill for long. When I turned my eyes towards the horizon, several silhouettes appeared cresting the hill just above poor Barnell. "Flee, Barnell!" I shouted. Ajak, Sir Erlgadin, and myself loosed a volley of bullets, arrows, and bolts over Barnell and towards the pursuing raptors. One of us landed a kill amidst the confusion. Our hastily aimed shots were enough to buy Barnell's escape. Barnell clambered down the hill and rejoined the party. We scurried off into the jungle, a pack of ferocious, lash-tail raptors, stalking our every move. The hunters were now the hunted. Lash-tail raptors were the medium level. What are y'all giving me quests that even you can't handle? I'm suspicious of all of you now. Chapter 4. I led the party towards the sea, hoping the shoreline would provide refuge from the raptors. In our haste, we had drifted too far north, to a precariously high elevation. The mistake was made, the fault was mine. We stopped just short of a sheer cliff, the raptors just a few paces behind. I stepped slowly forward, gun raised. I had led these brave hunters to their death. I would die defending them. Lash-tail raptors are particularly fierce, known for their unrelenting bloodthirst. They far outnumbered us, but I'd be damned if I let them kill me and my comrades without shedding some of their own blood first. Ejek and Sir Erlgadin readied their weapons, flanking me on either side, our backs to the sea. Barnell let out a defeated sigh and drew his axe. The lash-tails were almost upon us. Their steady stride had slowed. They were stalking their prey now, for they knew they had us trapped. And then, something miraculous happened. For off to our side, we heard the distinct and terrifying roar of the great white tiger. Despite their numbers, the raptors turned and scattered in all directions. We saw but a brief white flash as the tiger darted past us and pounced on one of the raptors. No command needed to be given. All four members of our parties knew it was time to run. We sprinted all the way back to base camp, never slowing. Later that night, we sat quietly around the campfire, and our lives had been saved by a bizarre twist of fate. Such are the risks of big game hunter. We toy with fate by delivering it. Yet each of us, at some point, will face fate's razor-sharp teeth. Mr. Ruff is just glad that moment did not come upon the green hills of Stranglethorn. Very good. Now we will pick up
for the Alliance.
His quest.
What's on your mind?
So I believe... Oh.
Keep
Just
your feet on the ground.
No, we can pick it up.
What
I
can do
believe,
for you?
if we pay attention to that story, it's telling us where the three higher level guys are at.
Safe travel.
Possibly.
Great to
Yeah, let's
meet
not stand the fire. Some of the chapters yet? Yep. You certainly saved me a heap of trouble, Eric Erickson. I can't thank you enough. It shouldn't be long now until we see Master Nestingwary's book in libraries throughout the world.
Watch your back.
Yep, he did take the book. Very smart that we read that. Okay. So we got more potions. That's always nice. Good to have. We got these boots, which have way more armor. They're plate boots. That makes sense. More strength, equivalent stamina, but less spirit. So, yes, that's definitely something we want. We can upgrade from the level 21 boots that I made. Let's get off our mount. Let's see what these boots look like. Our current boots are brown. These jungle boots are jungle colored. Got a little bit of green at the top. Not bad. Very good. These are soul bound, so they are ready to go. Thick armor kits. Permanently increase the armor value of an item worn on the chest, legs, hands, or feet. Has to be at least level 25. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. Because I would not complain about getting ourselves some more armor value. Chest is level 31. hands have less armor in general. The legs already have reinforced. And the feet are brand new. So I think we can put it on. I mean, we just got these jungle boots. And we made this. And this is leather, so I think we're going to put it on the... Well, I guess the question is, can we use it? Put it on our green iron hauberk. 358 becomes... plus 32. Very good. And we'll put the other one on our new jungle boots. These will be very tanky boots. Look at that. That's fun. Very good. Now if we look at our quest, we got 19 out of 20. Still got the 3 masteries. Tiger, Panther, and Raptor mastery. This is in a different location. Tracked. I'll face the cove. Yeah, we'll look through the quests and decide which ones we want to have tracked next time. But we're probably going to start down around here somewhere. Well, I'll figure out where I want to start next time. But, or we could try to follow that information to find one of these higher level beasts. But more questing in Stranglethorn. Next time. Goodbye.